Hello, everybody. This is Raymond with BrightSide. I wanted to give another weekly update of show some of the stuff we've added in the past week. And so, first off, you probably noticed already, but there's a new search box up here that is a global search. You can click on it or you can press Control K to bring it up. And this lets you search for menu items, reservations, or maintenance issues. And so, if I start typing, say, owner report or something, it will show uh, that in there without having to go to it in the menu. Well, sometimes it's hard to find something in the menu. So if you're looking for, payments received, you can easily just start typing that, insert it, and click on it to see those. You can also search reservations, or and that can be by your guest name, phone number, email. Um, so if I start putting my own name here, for instance, I can see my my reservations in here, and I can press enter to go to any of those and bring it up. You can also search by reservation ID. So if I just do that, paste that in, that'll come up right away, and I can press enter to go to that. Same with maintenance issues. If we look at one of these, issue 30, for instance, from any screen, I can easily get to that by searching for it, and there it is. In this case, there's a reservation ID 30 also. Um, bring that up there. And so, yeah, just a much faster way to get around to different issues. And next thing I wanted to show is we have a new report under marketing reports and review analysis. And we'll keep building on this over time, but basically it lets you see kind of analysis of all your reviews. So if you're hooked up, pulling in reviews from Airbnb, Booking.com, Verbo, Google, uh, as well as your own direct ones, those can all uh, feed into this so you can kind of see how different properties are doing across the board, across your different channels. And so you can see kind of the averages for those. We're looking at, last 12 months. If we wanted to, I could look at, all time, see how we're doing. Could look at, just this month or, let me do last month. Kind of see, average rating each day as well as how many reviews you actually got. I'll kind of switch this back to, well, I'll just switch it to last 12 months. You can filter this down if you want to. So if I want to look at, just my Airbnb ones and see how those are doing, I can easily do that, but either by clicking on it where I did or changing the channel over here. I can also look at a certain property if I want to see just how that property is doing, maybe across all channels. In here, I can change the granularity. I could, see daily or weekly or monthly, or if I was looking at all time, maybe even just, each year, see how stuff has changed, over the years. You can also sort and filter on this table down here. So it's sorted by number of reviews in each property. But if I want to see like which have the fewest reviews, I could do that. Maybe try to get some more reviews on these. You can sort by rating if you want to see, the worst ratings or the best ratings. And you can also click on this to bring up that those reviews. So if I click on that, it'll take me over to the reviews page automatically filtered by that property. We also made a couple fixes to the new reservations screen, or improvements. So if I select some dates here, previously, if I wanted to change this special, I would have to like uncheck best rate, fortnight, and repeat, and then check this one. Now, if I check this, it's automatically going to uncheck the others. If I change it back to best rate, it'll switch it back to best rate. I can turn off one of those if I want to. So just a little easier to navigate that. We also updated the notice down here. So before it wasn't always super clear, why you couldn't finish the booking. So this no guest selected used to just show pretty faint down here next to the book now button. Now it's clear why you can't book it. And notices will show up a little less scary. So just letting you know, like the rules have that 5 minimum. It doesn't mean you can't book, but you should be aware of it. We updated the tax exemptions dialog. Same functionality, but previously this was a pop-up window, which meant that sometimes browsers would block pop-ups or come up on another screen or behind your current screen and be hard to find. Now it's actually built into the window, so it's always visible. This also makes it possible to use on mobile. We changed how transfers are done. So previously, anytime there was you need to transfer money from one reservation to another. It was kind of hokey. You basically put in a negative on one reservation and then put in a positive on another. So here we've got a reservation that's they've moved to a different property and we want to transfer the balance to another reservation. Now we can under type I can just choose transfer to another reservation and choose how much of the payment we want to transfer. And then if we do that, it's automatically puts in a negative here as well as putting in a positive here, and it makes sure that it balances. So if we let it, now have to delete this, uh, it will let you know it's going to delete both sides, which means it'll basically put all the money back on this original one. So that helps make sure you don't get out of balance by doing transfers, and um, improves the accuracy and makes it simpler to do. Also, we also uh, redid the send guest text alert screen. So this is now mobile friendly, using the same design as the other screens and the unit type screen. So properties, unit types. This is where if you've got uh, several units of one type, like hotel rooms that are all the same, or uh, where you're managing a type, you can set those up under here now. We also added an option to the letters, a new condition, where you can specify certain months of the year that it will or won't send. So, maybe you're trying to sell travel insurance for the winter or give a notice about firewood or something like that. Let me just say it was about firewood. There's a new condition to exclude reservations during months of the year. And so, if this one was maybe we only wanted it from November to uh, February, for instance, we could exclude the other months, so just January, February, November, December are left, and then maybe have it send, uh, you know, maybe a few days before their arrival. If we were to set this up, it would only send to the reservations 7 days before their arrival that were uh, staying in January, February, November, December. Lastly, on the guest messages screen, sometimes if had a large number of messages, this screen was pretty slow to load, and we were able to improve the performance of that. And so, appreciate all of you. Hope you have a good week, and thank you for using BrightSide.